to the Mind Basketball Podcast, also known as M.O.B Podcast, episode 108. Unless John reminds me tomorrow. I'm Evan.
I'm Ja, and yes, it is 108.
Good to hear. And it's our basketball podcast. We recap, break down, and analyze players and teams from the previous games from the previous day. How are you this Sunday, Ja?
No, I'm chilling. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, that's all I can really say.
Nothing going on?
Outside of work, no. I'm basically having a boring life, a boring double life, work, then home. What?
He said double life like he was Peter Parker. Oh, well, besides the boring life, I'm glad you're doing good. I'm doing good as well. I hope everyone's having a good day. Everyone will have a good day. Sunday, relax. Last day of the weekend until tomorrow and the rest of the week. But as for basketball, some great basketball action from last night. So let's jump right into it first. Starting off with the best game of the day, the Warriors and the Boston Celtics. And wow, this game was just entertaining. So entertaining. From the get-go, however, the Warriors were the one who had it going. Specifically by some guy by the name of Curry had it going. He was unstoppable. Celtics really didn't have no answer for him. What?
No. Go on.
He was unstoppable. Stephen Curry doing what Stephen Curry does, two-time MVP, unanimous, the greatest shooter of all time. What can you say? But Celtics.
I think I heard of him before, aka Babyface Assassin.
Babyface Assassin, yes. Well, no more. But the Celtics found themselves down by double digits in that first and midway the second quarter, but then they got them going towards the end, and they were led by Jason Tatum, who couldn't be stopped on that side of the end. And in that second quarter and in that third quarter, Jason Tatum just got it going. And then they started getting back into this game. They eventually took this lead. And then it was a fourth quarter. It was a battle in that fourth quarter. Now, in that fourth quarter, remember everything that happened. In that fourth quarter, it was a close game, back and forth. Up until Curry. Curry. Curry even got injured a little bit, rolled his ankle, stayed in the game though, and was still hitting buckets on an injured ankle. Toscano Anderson just flew over the scores table, hustling and getting the ball. Not only did he save the ball, that led to a Curry three-pointer. Unfortunately for him, however, he left the game. He didn't return off of that bump. And it was announced, well, as of this recording, literally like 3 minutes ago, that he's concussed. He's going to need to miss some time. We don't know how long. Probably won't be that long, but it's still unfortunate when a player misses any timetable of action, especially someone who's trying to get more minutes and all that stuff.
Yeah. What a great play by him, though. A great play, a great hustle play. Not a lot of people are willing to do that. Let's just be honest. Majority of the plays in the NBA will not make that kind of play, that hustle kind of play. So you got to give him a lot of credit because that takes a lot of heart to do. It's just unfortunate it had to end it was both fortunate and unfortunate because fortunately it ended up with a Curry 3.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, he got hurt. And just like what you said, when you're a valuable piece to a team that kind of needs you, you don't want to miss any kind of time.
Yeah. And like I said, Curry hit the 3, and then Curry hit another 3. Also, Wiggins hit a 3? Yes, Wiggins hit a 3.
Yeah.
And the Warriors up by, I believe, 9.
Yes, that's 9.
Yes, the Warriors are up by
9 or 12. I'll tell you that.
No, they weren't. They weren't up by 12. I believe they were up by. Actually, no. I think they were up by 7. They were up by 7. So they were up by 7. Curry was sensational. I mean, he finished with 47 on the night. Like I said, like you just hear me, he was knocking down 3 after 3 after 3. They couldn't stop him. But I just also mentioned they couldn't stop Tatum. And as a result, the Celtics, led by Tatum and also Marcus Smart, who hit a big 3, took the lead on an 8-0 run.
Yeah.
The Warriors ended up tying the game. Kevin Looney hit a layup. Tatum goes down, gets a layup. They up by 2. Draymond tries to get into the paint, gets the layup, misses it. Mm-hmm. As a result, Celtics get up by 2. They have the ball. The Warriors doing a great job at denying Tatum the ball. Kemba has the ball. So Kemba remembers, oh, wait, I'm cardiac Kemba. Dribble, step back 3. Warriors go down by 5. Also, matter of fact, I missed something. Ken Bazemore.
Oh, yeah.
Ken Bazemore.
He missed 2 free throws.
There's 2 free throws. There's 2 free throws when they were up by 1, I think, or 1. They were up by 1.
Yeah,
they were up by 1 right before Marcus Smart's 3.
Yeah.
Ken Bazemore hit 2 free throws, missed 2 free throws, which could have been crucial and could have helped this Warriors team a lot. So you can't just gloss over that. Also, the Draymond layup was a missed opportunity as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, Kemba hit a 3. Curry hit another 3 following Kemba's 3. But Tatum was fouled, got sent to the free throw line, made both. And as a result, in this highly entertaining game, in which the fans of 2,000, well, I think Mike Green said it best. Yeah, 2,000 people in the arena felt like 20,000.
Yeah.
Electric in the TD Garden. And wow, just what a game. And what a duel. Tatum, Curry finished with 47. Tatum finished with 44. And yeah, the Celtics end up beating this Warriors team.
Yeah, that was a beautiful display of joy in buckets by those 2 guys. You know, the babyface assassin, now calling the facial hair assassin, the red hair facial hair assassin. Like, you know, Curry just had it going. You know, Curry had it going, but that's what Curry does. I think this was his 10th straight game with 30 plus, I believe.
Yes.
I believe he had a lot of threes in this game too, but again,
11 again. He had 11 the other night. He had 11 again.
Again, he had over 10 threes. Like, you know, they alluded to it towards the end of the game. He changed the game, and even though I like to hate a little bit and say he got lucky and stuff, I gotta give props where. Calm down. Calm down. Wait, skip. Let's move on.
No.
Let's move on.
Wait, hold on. Why?
Oh my God!
You cannot just say that the greatest shooter of our time. Actually, no, the greatest shooter of all time, one of the best players of our time, one of the most influential players of all time, got lucky. How did he get lucky? We're not just gonna skip over that.
Of situation, he got lucky.
How?
2015. It's gonna take a while to.
That's so what? No.
Wait. Come on.
We're not doing that.
It's gonna be like an hour long. Come on, man.
We're not doing that. That's what we're not doing that.
All right. Look.
You didn't have to say that. You did not have to say that. You didn't have to say that. You didn't have to say that. But you chose to just throw that in there. Why?
Because let's be honest, look at a lot of things you got to be blessed with, but a lot of things have to be luck too. You got to be honest.
Was it the time? Yes. Every championship in NBA history could be alluded to luck. If we doing that.
Yeah. And if Kyrie and Kevin Love were playing in that series, it would probably be a different story.
And if Draymond didn't get suspended game 5, it probably would have been a different story.
All right, and if KD never went to the Warriors, it most definitely probably would have been a different story. No, not even probably. Most definitely would have been a different story. What the hell?
They also lost the game 6 Clay. So what do you mean? Well, besides the point, what was the point of you saying something like that? Why? So disrespectful. No respect for Curry.
Bro,
no respect for Curry.
Bro, there was no need to get into it. I was trying to skip over.
There was no need for you to say that. Matter of fact, apologize. We're not doing that. Apologize, Curry.
But you didn't even make me finish, man. You didn't even make me finish.
You said someone who got lucky.
I never said he got. I never said he's someone. I said even though I said I felt like in the past it was luck. Okay, I probably didn't say in the past, but
even if that, first of all, like I said, every championship in NBA history had to do with at least a little bit of luck. That's one.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Since we want to go so deep into this, let me ask you a question. If Curry, would you look at Curry as most definitely changing the game if he didn't win the chip?
Yes. Because he still was an MVP. He still was unanimous. He still had a 73-9 team, and he was the best player on there. He still was the leader of that team.
Yes.
Nobody was shooting that deep before Curry. Only person that was shooting that deep before Curry was Gilbert Arenas.
But before that, because a lot of people have said this, did you look at a jump shooting team having the opportunity to win NBA Finals? A jump shooting team, a team full of pure jump shooters, winning a championship. That's the reason why most people allude to him saying that he changed the game for sure. Because of the fact that as a result, with his skill set, his ability, and what he was surrounded with, that's the reason why people said he changed the game for sure. Because it showed that you don't have to be athletic or you don't have to be extremely tall or extremely skilled at different aspects. You could improve when you're shooting and everything, and you could win off of that. That's the main reason.
Shooting is a skill.
Yes, shooting is a skill, but people put athleticism over shooting at that time. The moment he came in, he did that. He changed the game for sure because he won a chip off of that. Am I lying?
I give you props. That was a pretty good argument.
Yo, but why did we get into this? You see,
however, are you saying that? So ever since then, teams have been trying to copy that and trying to.
Well, do you see the amount of threes, the barrage of three? People think they.
Yes. But I'm asking. See that's the formula to win the championship now, right?
Yeah, the 3-point has became more of a life thing than just something that's just there just to be there.
All right, but would you consider the Raptors and the Lakers 3-point shooting teams? Well, the Lakers were. Would you consider the Raptors?
And the year they won the chip, or the Raptors are right now? No,
Why would I be talking about the Raptors now?
Well, when you look at it, okay. They had Lowry, who's a really good shooter from deep. They have VanVleet, who's a really good shooter at deep. Kawhi could shoot it whenever he wants. He could shoot it and make it whenever he wants to. I'm not saying he's that deadly, but he could. But you saw what he could do. You see what he could do offensively. Siakam, no. Marc Gasol, yes. Serge Ibaka, yes. He was a 3-point shooter. And who else? Who's on that team? Norman Powell, when he has a rhythm, he could get it going from the three.
He named a lot of players that can shoot.
So you just asked the question: if would you look at them as a shooting team?
But based off your assessment, every team in NBA history was a shooting team. Every championship team was a shooting team.
Okay.
That. You name players that can shoot, not are shooters.
Marc Gasol became a shooter. Serge Ibaka always been known for stretching the floor, so you can't deny that. And I really just, if you want, and you're right, okay. So we're not gonna name Powell, and we're gonna forget about Kawhi. But Lowry and VanVleet are known for threes. We can't just overlook that now.
Lowry is not known for threes. That's not the best part of his game.
He was in a 3-point competition like multiple times. There had to be a reason why he was in there.
He can shoot. He's a good shooter. Yes.
Yes.
But Lowry's hustle, taking charge, attacking the basket.
All right. Passing. I'm not saying that he's known for just shooting, but I'm just saying he's a really good enough shooter from the three. People know him as that too. It's a part of his game.
Well, when you think of Lowry, you don't think of immediately shooting. VanVleet, yeah, I can see that. But Lowry?
Okay. Yes. Look at you see, we just went overboard with
this. No. Because that was so disrespectful.
I'm not disrespecting Curry.
saying
I'm
that,
not.
that or he kind of got a little bit lucky. Like,
He
really?
did get a little bit lucky.
There was no need to say that. There was no need to say that. There was no need to say that.
Look,
There was no need to say
father
that. Not
is
at this
Del
moment.
Curry.
Not at this time.
His father is Del Curry, one of the best shooters to ever play in the
He
game.
got a little bit lucky. LeBron got a little bit lucky. Jordan got a little bit lucky. Olajuwon got a little bit lucky. Magic got a little bit lucky. Bird got a little bit lucky. Wilt got a little bit lucky. Russell got a little bit lucky. What do you mean?
But as far as impact in terms of changing the game, in terms of skill, they're not going to be talked about as much as Curry. He got lucky. He got a little bit lucky. I'm not saying that he you act like as I'm saying he's not deserving of it. I'm just saying it has to come with a little bit of luck.
I want to know why.
He worked hard for it. Obviously. I'm not taking that away, but he got a little bit of luck. Come on now.
I want to know why in this moment did you say that? I just want to know why. Because that made it seem that was such a backhanded compliment. Like, that just made it seem like deep down you really have some like despise for Curry. Why at this moment? Yeah, like there was no need for you to say that.
All right, look.
We're praising him, we're bringing him up. You just mentioned 10 straight 30-point games. There's not been another player who had 10 straight 30-point games at the age of 32, 33. Oh, wait, there has been just one. That's Kobe.
God rest his soul. But, bro, okay, look it. You're right. There was no need. But I'm just being honest. Based on what I've heard in the game, when they brought up the fact that he changed the game, in my mind, I was like, I was always saying that. I always said it since day one. I said, it did come with a little bit of luck, but I give the man his props because he did work hard and he deserves that title. We did change the game. I did not want to admit it, but he did change the game. So at the end of the day, regardless, it did come with a little bit of luck, of course, here and there, because as you can clearly see, so many times it went in his favor, it went in his way, it went in his advantage. Like, what did I say wrong out of that statement? You act like as if I just disrespected the man and not give him his props at all, saying he got.
No, but you bringing him up. It was like, okay, so we bringing him up here, right? We doing all this. Yeah, he got a little bit lucky, but yeah, we just and then you try to come back up. No. You already brung his ass down.
No, we gotta get to the other game, man. We didn't even get to the other game.
You know, we're gonna finish this. That was so ridiculous.
I don't even know.
That was so ridiculous.
No, this is funny.
Listen, man.
No, I did not expect this.
The point that I'm trying to make to end it is, if you said that he got a little bit lucky, yes, every great player, every NBA championship team, has a little bit of luck in those championships and in their greatness.
Well, not Jordan.
Take that.
But yeah.
Not Jordan?
Not Jordan. Impossible, bro. Don't disrespect Jordan. You know it's a sin to disrespect MJ, bro. Come on, don't do that.
Not Jordan. Listen, not Jordan.
Yeah, not Jordan, but everyone else, yeah, they got.
If they call that foul, we going to Game 7. If they call that foul, we going to Game 7, and that damages his legacy a little bit. So what you mean? Don't do that.
Are you talking about? Wait, what finals are you talking about? You talking about 98?
Yes, I am talking about 98. And you know that's true.
You talking about against Indiana?
No, not Indiana. I'm talking about against Utah. Byron Russell, famous. The push off.
Well, he crossed them up clean, bro.
They have nerds saying the last dance. I don't think that. I mean, I didn't push off. If you think of it, I just love tapped him. I just tapped him. Yo, that's a foul. That's a foul. We're gonna let you rock because you Jordan. That was a foul, though.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right though. All the greats have gotten lucky at some point. Magic Johnson got lucky. Larry Bird got lucky. Who else? Isaiah Thomas.
A little bit of luck. A little bit of luck. Not enough to take away from their legacy and what they did for the game.
Yes.
But that's every team.
Now I'm sorry, I triggered you.
At the end of the day, you just didn't have to say that. That's all I want to say. You didn't have to say that. But we spent a lot of time on that. So
I know we did this. You don't say
I couldn't let you go. All right.
Warriors lost. Let's just say that. Let's just say Warriors lost.
Warriors lost. Curry 47, Tatum 44. Them boys in green have been playing great basketball, and they are a team that you do not want to see in the playoffs as of right now because they are hitting their stride and they are dangerous.
Yeah.
All right. On to the other game. Early game of the night, the Utah Jazz and the Los Angeles Lakers. This was basically a game of which team had the better supporting cast, so to speak. The Jazz, no Conley, no Donovan, as we mentioned last night, and no Rudy Gobert.
I would say.
So Andre Drummond was balling.
Well, the Jazz picked up Sabonis for one game, so yeah.
Don't do that.
All right.
Their version of Sabonis was Ersan Ilyasova, a name we haven't heard of in a while, but he was balling out 3 after 3 after 3.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he was on fire in that first quarter. I believe he had 5 threes in the first quarter, I think.
Yeah, I think. Yep, he had a good. I don't remember the number. I just know for a fact he had a great amount of threes. He was lighting the Lakers up.
Yeah, he was lighting the Lakers up, and this was a good close game, a good competitive game all throughout, up until I want to say that third quarter.
Yeah,
in which the Lakers got up to a double-digit lead, about 10-point lead, and the Jazz, it was rattling the back, they was fighting back, but that had to wait for their comeback attempt really up until the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
and then they started hitting their stride, started hitting that comeback attempt, started getting it going. And it looked like the Lakers was kind of collapsing.
Yeah,
It looked like they was going downhill. Things were going downhill. I mentioned Ersan earlier. Joe Ingles was hitting big threes down the stretch for them.
Yeah.
Joe Ingles, Jordan Clarkson, he became their best player by default last night. So, he had to ball. And yeah, this Lakers team, they looked like they were about to fall. They were about to lose. But credit to this Lakers team, KCP, who stepped up big time for them. And when they needed buckets, when they needed to put points on the board, Dennis Schroeder stepped up for him. Not only did he step up for him, but he was the one that tied the game late after being down by 2 with a few seconds left. Tied the game.
Yeah.
With a layup. The Jazz had a chance. Jordan Clarkson going down, no timeouts. Had to go down court. Shoots a 3, misses. We go into overtime. And in overtime, it was all Lakers. All Lakers. Like I said, Dennis Schroeder, KCP, you already mentioned Drummond earlier. Kuzma, like this team really stepped up in that overtime and really battled back and battled hard. Fortunately for KCP, though, towards the end with like a minute left, he did land a little bit awkwardly on his leg. It might have been cramps, I think, but it was only a minute left. He didn't return. Hopefully it's nothing severe, just an injury that happened, so I had to get that out the way. But yeah, credit to this Lakers team. Really good credit to this Lakers team.
Yeah, man. A lot of credit to this Lakers team, man. Again, I'm gonna keep alluding to it until LeBron and AD come back, the challenge, and they lived up to the challenge. Again, this is a red hot Jazz team, but yet let's be honest, this Jazz team has lost a couple of their players. They lost Donovan, didn't have Conley, and they didn't have Gobert, but yet they're still really good. Probably, if you look at this team on paper, they probably not a playoff team in the West. But let me tell you something: they get into the ninth seed as that team. Trust me. But they had it going. And they showed. And look, we always talk about their style of play and how they love to be the ones fighting in that fourth quarter when they're down. And that's what they did again. The fourth quarter hit, and they found a way to get back into the game, keep up, and as a result, just like what you said, it was a ball game from that point on. Jordan Clarkson, their star, just straight up balling, cooking, hitting shot after shot, creating his own shot off the dribble, just doing everything that he needs to do. Ingles being a deadly 3-point shooter, Bogdanovich hitting it when he can. Ersan Ilyasova stepped up. Like this team just had a flow to them. They just had a flow to them in that fourth quarter. But yeah, just like what you alluded to, the Lakers just had it going for majority of this game, especially now OT. And that's mainly because of who you just said, Andre Drummond being the big man down low that he is, being that big body, just going to work in the paint. He paint doing everything that he can, getting rebounds, of course. We know him as double machine. He had it going. And Dennis Schroeder, he stepped up big time in that overtime period. And just threes. Just threes helped out the Lakers. So just a great way to win this game.
Yeah, great win for the Lakers, and the Lakers. We gotta give them credit.
Yeah,
I know a lot of Lakers fans wanted them to still be playing at a high level, still maintain that third and second seed, but you gotta be realistic. In this Western Conference, when you don't have players like AD and LeBron, that's just not going to happen.
exactly.
But give this credit to this Lakers team. They have been playing around 500, which is the best that you can ask for them. You cannot expect them to beat teams like Milwaukee or Phoenix. So don't get upset when they lose to them because they don't have LeBron and AD.
Exactly.
When they beat teams like the Nets, for example, give them praise. You give them claps, give them cheers and all that. Appreciate that. Because they're out there, no stars, battling against teams with MVP candidates.
Yep.
And yes, they're gonna do struggles. Yes, they're gonna lose some games that they probably should have won. Like I think they lost to the Raptors. That game they kind of really should have won. But stay around 500 in terms of the games without LeBron. More or less. You can do that, which they have been doing. That's all you can ask for.
Yeah, you said it best right there. Like, you know what I mean? You just can't you don't understand. Like people, I don't know what it is. I don't know why people feel like a impactful player when you see one. I don't know why you think that taking off LeBron and AD is not going to have a significant drop off for that team.
Because they expect Kuzma to become God.
Exactly. You expect somebody like no, like these are two integral parts of the team that just got taken off because of unfortunate situations such as called an injury. You know what I mean? You're gonna expect them to have a drop off. You cannot expect those teams that you guys were above before not to surpass you eventually when they still got their stars intact and a really talented team around them. But yeah, just like what you said, you got to give them a lot of credit, staying around, hovering around, because people thought I'm not gonna say. In my opinion, when LeBron went down, I thought they were going to drop significantly. I thought they were going to be like 7th, 8th spot. But hey,
yeah, so you was bugging.
Yeah, they in a fifth spot, and they have the fifth spot secured as of right now. Like how many games are they away from behind the Blazers? Like I know they
ahead of the Blazers. They ahead of the Blazers. They're 2 games ahead.
They 2 games ahead. Okay, not that much, but yeah, that's good because look how long Braun and AD have been out. So give yourself a pat on the back.
Yep. They are 7-8 ever since LeBron went down. 7-9 if you want to count that Hawks loss, but I'm not gonna really count that in terms of their game because LeBron just got injured that game.
Yeah.
So yeah, 7-8 after LeBron's injury, and yeah, that's all you can ask for.
Yep.
What? All right. Just I guess one game. Let's go over this quickly.
Yeah.
There's not much to say about it. One game to go over that we're gonna go over.
Yep. Yeah, the Grizzlies versus the Bucks, and yeah, the Grizzlies basically had this from start to finish. Came out with a lot of energy, doing it on both ends of the floor. They just never looked back, really. To be honest, they led the whole game. They led the whole game. They were never down in any kind of quarter, and they were able to pull up a big upset win against this really good Milwaukee Bucks team.
Yep. Got to give all the credit to the Grizzlies. Grayson Allen, who's been having himself a great year, stepping up for this Grizzlies team. He's become a key part of their offense, and him, Dylan Brooks, John Moran can do, the season Jonas Valanciunas is having. Yeah, my surprise team that they stepping up for me. They really helping me out. I knew what I was talking about. So I have to say. So yeah. Great upset win against Giannis and his Bucks. And yes, maintaining that eighth seed, staying in the playoffs right now.
Yep.
All right. I'll go over one game. The Spurs and the Suns got smacked.
Wait, you sure it's not the Spurs that got smacked?
I had to look again. We joked and said Robert Horry wasn't playing. Well, we didn't know Tim Duncan was playing. Because my goodness, the Suns got smacked by the Spurs without DeMar DeRozan. Suns were healthy. And from start to finish, it was the Spurs. Spurs. Well, all around good game by everyone. Yeah. I'm talking Kendall Johnson, DeJounte Murray, Derek White. I mean, they all just came to play.
Well, yeah. Well, if the Spurs had Tim Duncan, then I guess the Suns had Luis Scola and Marcin Gortat as their front court.
First of all, Marcin Gortat was nice. Don't do that.
I'm not saying he wasn't. I never say he wasn't nice.
That's true.
Compared to Tim Duncan, are you out of your mind?
You can put up some buckets on Tim.
Don't do that. See? Nah. We can go into the conversation about that now. We can go into the conversation about that now. Deep
Marcin Gortat can give him a few buckets. What?
Okay, probably like 2 more points than us. But yeah, that's it.
I don't do that. Marcin Gortat against Tim Duncan. I got a good 8-8 game.
Let me tell you something. Oops. Got you. Almost. Too close.
All right. Okay, so let's go on to the predictions for tonight's set of games, starting off with the predictions for, I guess, an hour and a half set of games. The 1:00 games. First, the Indiana Pacers up against the Atlanta Hawks, two Eastern Conference playoff teams, or one playing team. Who you got?
All right, Indiana.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I got Indiana as well. And the first primetime game of the night, ESPN, also 1:00. The New Orleans Pelicans going up against 5-game winning streak New York Knicks.
I'm going to go with the Knicks. The Pelicans just upset me.
Don't do that, Zion, BI. They could do vibes.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, they could put up 40. They could put up 80 combined. It don't matter. They got blocked by a dude named Daniel Gafford.
You're not gonna let this go.
I'm just saying. I thought Zion be dunking on people, but yeah, he made that happen. That's crazy.
Hey, sometimes it happens. But I have to agree. I got the Knicks as well. Last time the Knicks and the Pelicans played, which was about, I think, Monday last week, the Knicks did win by 10.
Yeah.
Well, it's all right. The next primetime game of the night, ESPN 3:30. The Brooklyn Nets going up against the Miami Heat. Remember my hot take. Who you got?
As long as KD and Kyrie are playing, I got the Nets.
I don't know if KD and Kyrie is playing, but it starts today. My vision was going to happen starts today with this upset victory by my struggling Miami Heat, who I believe in a 7-game series, if the Nets are the 2nd seed, if the Heat is the 7th seed, I'll repeat it again.
Hot take.
What?
Hot take.
The Heat will win in 7. If the Nets and the Heat play in the first round, the Heat will win in 7. Put that out there. But I got the Heat for this game.
I'm just gonna say it right now. That's disrespectful towards KD. Well, that is disrespectful towards KD. But go on. Well, let go on.
First of all, put some respect on Jimmy Butler's name. You forgot who he is? That's disrespectful to this Heat team. This team is reigning Eastern Conference champions.
I know.
This team is reigning Eastern Conference champions. Just went to the finals. Took the Lakers to 6. Had the most win against that Lakers team. Everybody lost in 5.
Look, I know he had a great duel against one of the greatest of this game in Braun and stuff like that. But come on. Now.
Oh, and by the way, he have to be healthy. So. And I'm talking Oladipo for the 7-game series. Talking Oladipo as well.
Look, man, look. But KD's a natural born scorer. Jimmy Butler said that's the most toughest person to guard. Over Braun.
Well, good thing it's not a 1-on-1 game. Fast forwarding to the nights. 7 o'clock. The Portland Trailblazers going up against the Charlotte Hornets.
Portland. The Rockets going up against the Magic. Please let me skip this. Can I please skip this, bro?
Who do you think T-Mac would got?
I guess we're going with Grant Hill.
So you got the Magic. So you got one team's, the Magic. They're rebuilding, and if they lose, it's no biggie. If the Rockets lose, I just laugh. Anyway, the Thunder going against the Raptors. Raptors, yeah. Thunder's been struggling.
Yeah.
The past 10 games. NBA TV game, we won't be going over this. We're going to go over the ESPN games, not the NBA TV games. Yeah. But if it's good enough, we will talk about it tomorrow. Nonetheless, NBA TV 7:30. The Sacramento Kings going up against the Dallas Mavericks.
I think you know who I got. Just go on.
NBA TV 10 o'clock. So just go on. The Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. Who you got? Clippers. All right. By the way, we both have the Mavs. I think it's time to wrap things up. Any final thoughts?
Since we went deep about Curry, I wasn't able to get to what I want to say in my part of the first game, but I just want to say I was happy to see Jabari Parker back out there. Had a really good game in a limited amount of time for that Celtics team, and it was just happy to see him scoring. I'm telling y'all right now, I don't care what anybody says. If those injuries never got into the way so early, we talking
Giannis
about
would still be there.
Yes, Giannis will still be there. He probably and look at man, he still want to be one of the best scorers in the game. He want to be, in my opinion, he want to be one of the best scorers in the game. If it never happened,
their styles don't match up.
He could be on a different team. He can't be on Chicago. I know he had a rough stint in Chicago, but before injuries, if he was on Chicago before any kind of injuries, anything balling out, man, I'm telling you, bro. People don't know. People don't know, man.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Jabari Parker was great, but he tore his ACL. Right, that's what happened to him. Right, tore his ACL
twice on both legs.
Yeah, so that was a sad story, and he was a great player coming out of college. He was one of the highest potentials. He's a great post-up player. He can shoot. He can drive. He can rebound.
Handle.
He can handle, yeah. But yeah, it's sad what kind of happened to him.
Yeah, man. We can make up an excuse for him, but we can't make up an excuse for Andrew Wiggins. I just have to say that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We gotta admit it. Those two were going at it, and
All right, come on.
I'm just saying
there was no need for that.
Okay, there was no need for that. I'm gonna cut that out.
All I gotta say is, I'm a player fan, and then every single podcast you find a way to say something about a player.
Well, that's what player fans do. Find a way to say something about a player.
in a negative light.
Nah, it's not always a negative. Like, come on now. It sometimes is, but it's not always.
Sure, whatever. I guess you got lucky. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching today's podcast. Make sure you tune into tomorrow's podcast. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Also, follow IG down in the description below.
And once again, I am Evan.
And I'm Ja.
And this is the Minor Basketball Podcast.